Alright, we are live. I am insanely late. Sorry about that. But, here is a jet sweep for a gain of 8. But we've already got 5 minutes left in the game, so very sorry that I missed this much time. But, the XFL playoffs in the South Division Championship, the first of the 2 division championship games, the other is tomorrow. This one is between the 7-3 Houston Roughnecks and the 4-6 Arlington Renegades. Tied at 0-0 here. The Renegades with the football. Ignore this score, that's from the USFL. Here is Perez, he's pressured, rolls out right, directs traffic to the end zone. That's caught for a Renegades touchdown. I forgot their name for a second. Give me 1 second to get this score right. So the Renegades, they strike first here on the road. And the Renegades on extra points this season are 2 of 5 when going for 1, 3 of 10 when going for 2. And have not attempted a 3-point conversion. They will opt to go for 2 here and snap the ball from the 5-yard line. Perez stands alone in the backfield. He looks to throw to the outside, that is deflected and incomplete. And the score will stay at 6-0 Renegades after a 10-play, 75-yard scoring drive, taking 5:55 off the clock. Let me pull up the comments and put a poll out for you guys so you guys can vote on who you think will win. And also I can just see what you guys are saying. Alright, so I'm pulling up the comments as they go to commercial. Alright, let's see. Give me 1 second. By the way, I have the Roughnecks with the win, 20-18, but I think this will be a close, low-scoring game, but I wouldn't really expect the Renegades to get the win because they've just not been good all season long. Alright, so let me get a poll out real quick. Who will win? Alright, who will win, Renegades or Roughnecks? Make sure to vote on that poll. I have the Roughnecks, as I just said, winning by a score of 20-18. It's a bit too white. Point around this coloring. Give me a second. That's perfect. Give me 1 sec just to check something real quick and make sure everything is up and running good and smoothly. Alright. So the Renegades get the first points of the game here. The Roughnecks will receive kickoff for their first possession of the game here. This one is fielded at the 12 by Max Borghi. Cuts this up the middle, and he's going to get up to the 32-yard line. That is where the Roughnecks offense will take over, led by quarterback Brandon Silvers. Brandon Silvers was injured in Week 7, didn't play in Week 10, but this number's on the season, 60% completion percentage, about 1,500 yards, 13 touchdowns, 9 picks, one of the better quarterbacks in the XFL. And team also 6-2 when he starts. So 1st and 10 here, Silvers in shotgun, Borghi the back line up to his left. And here he is going to hand off to Borghi, makes one man miss in the backfield. Now looks for a cutback lane. He's able to find one, gain 4. Hold on 1 second, we'll just adjust this real quick. It's a little too close. There we go. That is better. Alright, so here's a 2nd and 5. They give Borghi a gain of 5 on that one. Here is Silvers to throw for the first time today. And that pass is deflected at the line of scrimmage and incomplete. He's looking for somebody over the middle. Let me pull up the rosters for each team so we know who we're talking about here. Give me 1 second. Alright, here is a 3rd and 5. So 3rd and 5 here, Silvers looks to throw. He's going to swing this out to his back out of the backfield, and he's got plenty of space across midfield to the 40-yard line before he's taken down by Donald Payne, Renegades linebacker who is just activated off the injury reserve after missing a good amount of time. With an injury, that is Bryson Alney with the catch there. So far, everyone in the poll has said the Roughnecks will win. Make sure to vote if you guys have not already done so. Here is Cole McDonald, their mobile quarterback. He runs left for a gain of 1 yard. Go Roughnecks. Yeah, I do think they'll end up getting the win. But Cole McDonald sees his first snap of the game there. He is used as a mobile rushing threat to the offense. And this season, he's appeared in all 10 games, started 2 of them, has 437 passing yards and 2 touchdowns, and also 246 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. 2nd and 9, Silvers back in at quarterback here from the Renegades 40. Silvers looks to throw. He's going to go to the outside. That is, wow, what an adjustment to the ball there. Gets it to the 21-yard line. Oh, no, actually, they're going to rule that incomplete. Here's the replay. I thought he came down with that. Oh, okay. Came out on when he hit the ground. Would have been a spectacular catch to open up this game. Or on the Roughnecks' first drive. Number 86, that is Tavon Saltner. Almost made a spectacular catch there. Here's Silvers to throw on 3rd and long. He's pressured, steps up in the pocket, now he's going to take off and run, and he's just tripped up from behind. Gets it to the 34-yard line. That is 3 yards short of where he needed to be. He was tripped up by shoestring tackle there by somebody on the Renegades defensive line. And that brings up a 4th and 3 here. And it appears as if they're going to keep the offense out there to go for it. An early gamble for the Roughnecks. They're going to keep the offense out there and go for it on this 4th and 3. Silvers, empty backfield. 4-man rush for the Renegades. Silvers, quick throw, inaccurate and incomplete. threw behind his intended receiver, number 83, Michael Bandy. Pass was behind him. Bandy, a former Los Angeles Charger wide receiver in the NFL. That pass might have gotten tipped. That's why it was behind him, but I'm not quite sure. Nope, not tipped. Just a really bad throw from Brandon Silvers. And the Renegades defense with a good 4th down stop, and they will get the ball back and look to extend their lead as they currently lead this one 6-0 after each team has had their opening drive. Give me 1 second. When we find the inactives for each team, one second. XFL inactives. Let's see if I can find those real quick. I think here we go. Roughnecks inactives: quarterback Caleb Elby, linebacker Nate Wieland, defensive back Jordan Mosley, running back Dewan Lee, offensive lineman Ryan Pope, and offensive lineman Jachai Baker. Renegades inactives: wide receiver Victor Bolden, defensive back Jarvis Davis, running back Letty Brown, defensive lineman Josiah Coatney, and Doug Costin, as well as offensive lineman Greg Moore. Alright, so waiting for them to come back from commercial break here. The the Renegades lead this one 6-0 and have just gotten the football back after forcing a 4th down stop on a 4th and 3. Make sure to vote in the poll if you guys have not already done so. So far, 75% of you guys say the Roughnecks. Just updated. 60% say the Roughnecks. 40% say the Renegades. I would agree with the majority there that say the Roughnecks, although the Renegades have gotten off to a very, very good start. Give me 1 second. Okay. Give me 1 second. I think there's some players out with injuries, such as Dewan Lee, who I just mentioned as an inactive. Let me pull up the injury report. Okay, yeah, so Victor Bolden is out with an injury. Hold on. They've got to be back from commercial now, right? Alright, yeah. They're back from commercial, so I'll get to the injuries in a second. But some of the players I just listed as inactives are actually injured. Alright, so here is Perez. He's going to hand off to Devon Smith up the middle, and Smith is swung down for a gain of a yard. The Renegades' rushing attack really hasn't been all that great all season long, but a better passing attack since the addition of Luis Perez has definitely helped their run game, but it has still not been great. Under 5 minutes to go here in the opening quarter, 2nd and 9. So from their own 35, Perez looks to throw. He's protected very well. Now he's going to roll out to his right, and on the run he's going to fire. That's incomplete. Looking for Tyra Vaughn's there. Wait a minute, he caught that? No way did he catch that. Holy cow, what a catch! No way did I think he caught that. I just saw him extend with one arm, just to make an attempt at it, but there is no way I thought that would have gotten caught. What a catch by Tyra Vaughn's number 85. And here on 3rd and short, they're going to try to run it ahead with Devon Smith. He's taken down for a loss of 2. And that'll bring up a 4th and 4. But what a catch by Tyra Vaughn's there. On that 2nd down to give him a 3rd and short. Wow. I'm going to pull up the rushing numbers for the Renegades in a second. But the Roughneck defense forces a 3-and-out. Here's a short kick, and it is going to go and be down at the 20-yard line. Good punt there from Marquette King, Renegades punter, and the Roughnecks will take over for their 2nd possession at their own 20-yard line. But rushing numbers, Devon Smith is actually 4th in the league with 365 rushing yards, and 7, actually he was tied for the league with 7 touchdowns. Yeah, a lot of his work was just short yardage work, as he ran for only 3.2 yards a carry. And then when you go to team stats, rushing, the Renegades averaged the least yards a carry at 3.3. Although they were 2nd to last in rushing yards with 820, the Brahmas were the only team worse. But overall, not very good at running the football here. And that is why they've struggled all season long. But since the addition of Luis Perez at quarterback when they traded for him from the Vipers, their offense has been helped because they've been able to throw the ball a bit more effectively, which has allowed them to open up some holes in the run game, but it still has not been great. So far, the results on the poll, 67% have said the Roughnecks will win, 33% have said the Renegades. Make sure to vote if you guys have not already done so. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Roughnecks with the football. Just realized I forgot to change the ball markers. Sorry about that. Alright, so the Roughnecks with the football here at their own 20-yard line after their defense forced a 3-and-out. First and 10 here. Cole McDonald will begin this drive in at quarterback. He's the more mobile of the two quarterbacks for the Roughnecks. And he's going to start off with a quick throw to the outside, but that is incomplete, as he led him a little too far up the field on a little bubble screen on the outside. Number 2, that is Cedric Bird, was the intended receiver there. Here is a first and 10. I'm sorry, second and 10. After the incompletion, Here is the give to Borgie, and he is going to gain 4 on the carry there. Good work to get 4 after initially just being stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Now, the one thing about the Renegades, while they are a very boring team to watch offensively and really just not all that good, they do have a exceptional defense, which is the reason they're in the playoffs right now, because of how good their defense is. So here is a 3rd and 6. Here is Brandon Silvers. He looks to throw. Over the middle, that is caught by Bird, and he's got himself a first down just across the 30-yard line, which is just where they needed to get. And the Roughnecks move the chains. So Brandon Silvers is now the quarterback. He was the quarterback in the last play as well. I just didn't realize that. Here is the give to Alney. And he's going to gain 2. As there wasn't much space for him to go up the middle. No, that was 35. That was not Alney. He comes in now. 35 was Jeremy Cox. I thought that was Bryson Alney, but he now enters the game at running back. Here's a 2nd and 8. Silvers in shotgun. And here is a high throw, and he is drilled right there. As he catches that, Alney made the catch there, but he's going to lose 5 or 6 on the play. Because number 5 of the Renegade defense, that is Will Hill, defensive back, came up and drilled him right as he caught that ball. So here is a 3rd and 14 on what could be the final play of the opening quarter. Silvers in shotgun here, and it is a direct snap to the running back, Alney, and he's going to gain 3. Tried to fool them there, but didn't work. And the Renegade defense forces a punt. They tried to fool him by going direct snap to the running back, and Silvers pretending the snap was over his head, but did not work. And it is now 4th and 12, and the first play of the second quarter will be the punt. So as we go to quarter number 2, the Renegades lead this one 6-0, and are set to get the football back on a punt. And the Renegades still haven't been great on offense. Yeah, I mean, they had the one solid drive, but just weren't able to continue it after turning it over on downs. So far, the results on the poll, 67% have said the Roughnecks will win, 33% have said the Renegades. Make sure to vote if you guys haven't already. Give me 1 second. Hold up, what's this? Alright, connection went down for a second, but the connection's okay now. Alright, so waiting for them to come back from commercial break here. Alright, so they're back from commercial break here, and we begin quarter number 2. The Roughnecks will punt it away here. Wait, why do we actually have 1 second left in the third quarter? First quarter, sorry. Alright, not sure why. This is the beginning of the second quarter. Alright, so on 4th and 12, it still says a second left in the first quarter. I'm pretty sure that's just a mistake, but I'm not quite sure. Alright, I'm not sure. But 4th and 12 here, with apparently 1 second left in the opening quarter. Here is the punt. It is a good punt, drives him back to the 20-yard line, makes an over-the-shoulder catch. Now on the return, I don't know who this is, so breaks this to the outside, and across the 40-yard line, big hit on a block. Wow, that was a big block. And we now got a flag that comes in. This is probably going to be an illegal blindside block. And now apparently that is the end of the first quarter. I have no idea. I think they're going to call this an illegal blindside block or something like that. It is an illegal blindside block. It's going to give him 15 yards. Or it's going to back them up 15 yards. It was against the Renegades. And now it's at the end of the first quarter. I'm so confused. That just was the end of the first quarter. So now, apparently, it goes to quarter number 2. I really have no idea. It makes no sense. So far, results in the poll, 75% of you guys have said the Roughnecks win, 25% have said the Renegades. Okay. They gotta figure out their scoreboard, because it just said first quarter. And now they got it right. Second quarter, 15 minutes to go, even though that should have been the first play of the second quarter. Hi, how's it going? How are you? Here is a run up the middle for 9 for Devon Smith. Just kept getting pushed, and pushed. And he gets up to the 39-yard line. That'll bring up a 2nd and 1. And now Devon Smith goes hopping off the field. Looks like he tweaked an ankle on that play. So Renegades with the football here. 2nd and 1. They lead this one 6-0. Here is the handoff to the running left. And he's still on his feet. Breaks multiple tackles. And we got a first down. Tough run to get a first down on that one. 35, that is Brian Hearn. He came in for the injured Devon Smith. And he's able to run for a yard and pick up first down on that one. And now we got an injured Roughneck down in the field. That is number 36. Khalif Bryce, probably said his name wrong. He's a linebacker from FAU. And he is helped off the field. So first and 10 here with 14:06 to go. Renegades with the football, each team with 2 timeouts remaining in the first half. And also 14 minutes remaining in the first half. Here is Perez. He looks to throw. And he's going to go deep down the field. He's got a man wide open receiver. And that is caught for a Renegades touchdown. A big play, wide open receiver. And that's a big play touchdown for the Renegades. Javonta Payton, wide receiver from Tennessee, makes that a long touchdown catch. And it is now 12-0 Renegades. After a big play through the air. Here is a 2-point attempt for the Renegades to extend the lead to 14-0. And number 10. Who's number 10? Is that Kelly Bryant? Number 10, Kelly Bryant, the former Clemson Tiger, enters at quarterback. And here we got some trickery. It is flipped back to Payton, and Payton is in for the 2-point conversion. Some trickery there on a fake reverse and then an actual reverse. Extends the Renegades' lead, and it is now 14-0 over the Roughnecks. And Kelly Bryant, the former Clemson Tiger, that's what he's known for, his time at Clemson, but he also played for Missouri in college. He was in at quarterback for that one. The Sea Dragons are your team? How you feeling about tomorrow's game, then? Are you nervous, confident? How are you feeling? Javonta Payton, 2 catches, 73 yards, and 2 touchdowns tonight for the Renegades. He's responsible for both of their, really all their points. Here is Max Borghi. He is going to field this one on, he's almost on the ground. Now on the return, he is going to get up to the 34-yard line. And that is where the Roughnecks will take over. Oh, we got a flag on the field, so hold up. Might affect their starting field position. Probably will. Alright, so with 13:33 to go in the first half, the Roughnecks now trail by 14. They take over the football at their own 39-yard line. They will begin with Cole McDonald at quarterback, who's the more mobile of the two quarterbacks. Here's the give to Borghi up the middle. Borghi slips free of a tackle and across midfield. He's taken down at the 49. Good run there from Borghi, gains 12. And a Roughneck first down. And in between plays, I'm going to go grab a tissue really quick. Alright, I'm back. McDonald throws, almost picked off, and then actually caught for a gain of 8. It looks like he threw it right to the linebacker, but ends up throwing it to Dante Burnett for a gain of 8. Oh, it was actually tipped by Donald Payne, and then a nice adjustment made by Burnett. I'll get your comment in a second. Here's a 2nd and 1. McDonald, quick throw, way too high and incomplete. 86, that is... Tavon Saltner was the intended receiver on that one. It depends on all the penalties and mistakes you have. Well, that is definitely true, because it's really going to depend on Ben DiNucci and if he can avoid the turnovers, because he's been kind of turnover prone this season, but then at the same time he's also been one of the best quarterbacks in the XFL. Here is the give up the middle for about a gain of 6 and a Roughneck first down. Number 35, that is... I keep forgetting this guy's name. Jeremy Cox, running back from Old Dominion, he got the carry on that one. First and 10 here, almost a fumbled snap. Actually, did fumble the snap a little, and McDonald is able to scurry ahead for 5. It lost over 100 yards on penalties last game he had him. Yeah, I don't completely remember that game a ton. Like, I didn't see the whole game, but I do remember it was a close, good game. But we'll get back to that in a second. Here is the give to Allen up the middle. He's going to gain 5 and another Roughneck first down. But the Sea Dragons have definitely been the team that they're a tremendous team if they can avoid those mistakes that you're saying, like the particularly the turnovers and penalties. If they can avoid those, they're a very, very good team. First and 10 here, McDonald in shotgun. Here he is going to throw this one to the outside. That is caught by number 6. Number 6, that is Travell Harris. And he gained 9 on that previous play to bring this to a 2nd and 1 as we hit 10 minutes to go in the first half. McDonald shotgun here. Here is to give to Cox up the middle, and he is going to get about 2 and another first down. As the Roughnecks by far having their best drive of the day, and have a first and 10 from about the 12 or 13 yard line. Cole McDonald's been in at quarterback this whole drive. He's 24 years old, out of Hawaii, was a 7th round draft pick to the Tennessee Titans. Harris in motion here, first and 10. Play clock at 0, and we've got a flag that they get a timeout. No, they did not, so that'll back them up 5. I really do think we can beat them. I think that the Sea Dragons have a chance to beat the Defenders as well. I think this is going to be... They've seen them twice already. Both have been very, very close games. The one, they lost by 1 point, which is the most recent one. The one, I think it was week 7 or 8. I can't remember which. I think it was week 7. I think week 7. And then in week 1, they lost because DiNucci fumbled at the goal line. Otherwise, they probably would have won. Here is McDonald. He looks to throw. Scrambling around. And fires to the outside. That is going to be caught for a gain of 6 by Salter. And that'll bring up a 2nd and medium. Just got to keep it cool, yeah. But I agree with what you're saying. I definitely think the Sea Dragons have a really, not a incredible, like a really, really good chance, but they have a chance that's, I'd say they have a good chance to get the win. I'm not saying they will, but they have a good chance. Here's McDonald on the keeper. He has swung down at the 1, another first down, and that sets him up 1st and goal. They really like to use McDonald on these quarterback run situations here down near the goal line. And, I mean, he's been in this whole drive, so why not use legs to the advantage. 10-play, 60-yard drive so far. 1st and goal, give up the middle, and he is stopped right at the line of scrimmage. And that'll bring up a 3rd and goal from a little inside the 1. Second and goal here with a little over 7 minutes to go. McDonald in shotgun. Here is the give to Cox once again, and this time, Jeremy Cox is in for a Roughneck touchdown. A much-needed scoring drive there after falling down 14-0. A great drive puts the Roughnecks up 6-0 after a 1-yard touchdown run from Jeremy Cox. They go right down the field and answer, and it is now 14-6. And here, they're going to line up to go for 2 points and snap the ball from the 5-yard line. So McDonald in shotgun. Here he looks to throw. Renegades bring a blitz. Fires to the end zone. That is caught at the goal line. Did he get in? Or was he driven back first? They're saying he's in. And it is now 14-8. That one's pretty close. Dante Burnett there makes the catch. But was he in is a different question. I'm not completely sure. I think he was, but it's very, very hard to tell. I feel like we've got to run the ball more because our running back is good. Yeah, that's definitely true. I mean, the Sea Dragons are one of the most pass-heavy teams, but when they run the ball, it is very effective for the most part. And also, we've got 2 great running backs, Morgan Ellison. Yeah, he's definitely in, by the way. They've got 2 great running backs, Morgan Ellison, and also former NFL back Philip Lindsay. So, yeah, they could definitely run the ball more. Let me check their rushing numbers on the season. Give me a second. I think it's pretty good, even though they're one of the most pass-heavy teams in the XFL. Like, if I look at the exact numbers, they've probably ran the ball the least amount of times and thrown it probably the most. Is Morgan Ellison hurt and I not realized it? Oh, apparently Morgan Ellison's out for the year with a knee injury. I did not realize that. I knew he suffered a knee injury earlier in the year, but I didn't realize that kept him out for the whole year. But let's see. Have they ran the ball the least amount of times? They have definitely thrown the ball the most amount of times. They've thrown the ball 376 times. The second closest team is the Guardians, who have thrown it 357. And rushing the football, they've ran the ball the second least, with 209 rushing attempts. The only team with less attempts is actually not the Guardians, but it is the Battlehawks with 198. The Sea Dragons at 209. But even though they haven't really ran the ball much, the Sea Dragons have ran the ball effectively. Averaging most yards a carry of any team at 4.6, and also 3rd in the league with 902 rushing yards as a team. So, I mean, yeah, their ground game is definitely good. They just got to go to it a bit more. Alright, so they're back from commercial break here. The Roughnecks set to kick this one away after they get on the board. And it is now a 14-8 ball game. Renegades got to get the football back. Joe Powell back deep to receive the kick here. So Powell is going to let this bounce. It's going to hit off his foot. And it's blown dead. I don't know if it hit off his foot or if it didn't. But we got a flag. So apparently the kick bounced out on its own. And I think this is an insanely stupid rule, but you've got to kick it to at least the 20-yard line, even on the bounce, which really makes no sense. Because, I mean, if you want to kick the ball short, kick the ball short. I don't really think that should be a thing, but a penalty here, and the Roughnecks, the Renegades will take over possession, 1st and 10 with 7:01 to go. But Powell did not touch that one. Alright, here they cut to the play. Wait, it's a give to Devon Smith, who loses 3. He's back in the game, so whatever he injured before is apparently fine. But now, another thing that's absolutely ridiculous about that rule is it starts them. It's not like, okay, you start at the 35. You start on the opponent's 45-yard line, which is a little ridiculous. For the Renegades, this is their second time of the season scoring 14 points in the first half. The second also came in Houston in week 2. Here is the give to number 35, I forgot his name. He breaks a tackle to the outside. He's forced out at the 30-yard line. And a good 17-yard run moves the chains there for the Renegades. 35. Each team's got a number 35 running back. That is Brian Hurren, running back from Georgia, with the carry there for the Renegades. So 1st and 10 here, they actually mark the ball a little inside the 30 at the 29-yard line. Here is Perez off play action. Over the middle, that is caught. And down to the 13-yard line. And 3 plays, and the Renegades are already inside the red zone. Their offense is looking a little different today. It's able to move the football, something we're not really used to seeing. Number 11, that is Gowan Winningham, makes that catch for the Renegades. First and 10 from the 14. Perez looks to throw to the end zone. Floats one. That is... Did he hold on? That is caught for a Renegades touchdown. The Renegades now lead this one 20-8. A 14-yard touchdown catch for Brandon, I don't know if I'm going to say this correctly, Cordano? Probably said that wrong. But a 14-yard touchdown catch. The Renegades now up to 20 points in the first half. Where has this offense been all year? That is my question. I mean, their offense has been awful for the whole season. And now they come out here and against one of the better defenses in the XFL, that they can put up 20 points in the first half. They are reviewing this to see if he got a body part down inbounds. I think he did. And that it has been confirmed. So now a 2-point attempt here to go up 22-8. Perez is gonna... Wow, a lot of things happening on this play. Double reverse, flag flies, and is tackled back at the 15. It's looking like the Renegades are going to win. It's a little early to say that, but with the way their offense is playing, definitely. With the way their offense is playing, we're headed for a shootout. But the Renegades now lead this one 20-8 after their 2-point attempt fails. And their offense, I mean, where has this performance been all year? My chair keeps getting stuck, so if you see me look down like that, or like try to move myself forward, it's because my chair always gets stuck at this certain spot, and I just can't seem to figure out why. So sorry if that's a little distracting to see me look away for 10 seconds to figure out why my chair keeps getting stuck. But, the Renegades, they're high in points for the season. They really haven't scored a whole bunch of points. Let's see. What is their high on points for the season? Here they scored 18. Their highest is 20 that I found so far. Their highest is 26 points. And they're 6 points away from that, another touchdown away from making that, from matching that in the first half. But let's see, how many points a game do they average? Probably got to be in the teens. Well, let me try to figure that out real quick. Actually, you know what? I could find this way. Here we go. Can I find team stats? Give me 1 second. The defenders went off in that game. Defenders won by 1 point. It was actually 2 when they won in overtime. But yeah, the defenders did end up getting that win. Alright, here we go. The Renegades actually have the worst offense when you look at average points per game with 14.6, and they have already surpassed that here in the first half. The team with the best offense, who averages just under 30 points a game, is the defenders. And they score about 0.8 per game. Oh, they just put the stat up on the screen now. Renegades average points a game this season 14.6. Tonight they've scored 20, and it's also their first game scoring 3 offensive touchdowns. But the game was still close, and the Renegades held their own. Yeah, they did hold their own against a very, very good defenders team. So yes, agree. Here is Borgie on the kick return. Weaves his way through up to the 30-yard line, and he's taken down at the 33. That is where the Roughnecks will take over. Again, they're going to need points because their defense, which has been really good all season long, doesn't seem to be able to stop the Renegades at the moment. So they're going to need to keep scoring. So we got a 1st and 10 here, 4:50 to go. Cole McDonald still in at quarterback. I mean, why would take him out? Here is Borgie breaking a tackle. We'll get back to that thought in a second. Borgie is across the 45-yard line, gets it to the 47, and it has another Renegade first down, Roughneck first down. Sorry. But what I'm saying is, why go away from... What I'm saying is they made the right decision keeping McDonald in there, because they just had their best drive today with him in, so keep him in, and see if the offense can continue to move the football. McDonald looks to throw here. He's going to swing this out to Alney out of the backfield. Bobbles it, but makes the catch, and Alney is going to slip a tackle and gain 2 on the play. On the little swing pass out to the left. We now hit 4 minutes to go in the first half. 2nd and 8. Here is the give to Allen up the middle, and he is going to gain 2. Looks like quarterback Cole McDonald didn't want to let go of that, so he just essentially ran with him in that play. But back-to-back plays of 2. Bring this one to a 3rd and 6. They're going to mark a 3rd and 7 for the Roughnecks with 3:15 to go in the first half. So 3rd and 7, McDonald looks to throw. It's going to go deep down the sidelines. Got a receiver, just overthrows Deontay Burnett. And it is now 4th and 7. Burnett had a step. And could have been a big play had they connected. Unable to connect, and it is now 4th and 7. And the Roughnecks will be forced to punt it away. So 4th and 7, the Roughnecks send this one away. Powell back deep, he's going to field this, bobbled, muffed the punt, and he's able to dive on it at the 13-yard line. And the Renegades come back onto the field looking to potentially extend their lead as they currently lead this one 20-8. So we got a 1st and 10 here for the Renegades with 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. And now we got a flag on the play. That is going to be a false start on the Renegades. And back them up 5. So now a 1st and 15. Seems like all the good teams are in the north. Definitely seems that way. Got back to that thought in a second. Here is Smith, breaks a tackle, and is then tripped up by another guy lying on the ground. And he's going to gain 5, maybe 6 on that run. That'll bring up a 2nd and about 9. But it does seem like all the good teams are in the north. Because, especially when you look at the fact that the... by the way, Roughnecks spend the timeout here after that run with 2:09 to go. But, a team with a losing record in the Arlington Renegades made the playoffs out of the South Division. And then you had 3 teams in the North Division that all finished with records of 7-3 or better. Yet one of them had to miss the playoffs. So I would definitely agree with the statement that the North Division, it seems that like all the good teams in the North Division now, the Roughnecks are a good team as well, but it seems like the North Division is definitely the much better division in terms of how good each team is. 2nd and 9 here from their own 14-yard line. Perez in shotgun. Smith the back line up to his right. Perez, quick throw to the outside. That is caught by number 3. Don't know who that is. And he is forced out of bounds after a gain of 8. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. Javonta Payton was number 3. That's his first catch. That is not a touchdown. He makes the catch on the outside. So 3rd and 1 here, but first we reached the 2-minute warning. And in terms of clock management, I'm not really sure how smart that timeout was for the Roughnecks, because it's now a 3rd and very short for the Renegades. And if they convert here, that means that timeout looks really bad. for the Roughnecks. And speaking of timeouts, the Renegades with 2 timeouts remaining, the Roughnecks with 1 timeout remaining. So far, the results on the poll: 67% have said the Roughnecks win, 33% have said the Renegades will win. Make sure to vote on the poll if you guys have not already done so. Alright, so waiting for them to come back from commercial break here. As we are at the 2-minute warning, am I going to go live for tomorrow's game? Yes, I am. I'll watch it if so. I'd appreciate that. I'm glad you're enjoying it. But yeah, so I'm going to go live probably a few minutes before kickoff at probably about 2:50-ish tomorrow. Before tomorrow's game, which starts at 3. The Eastern time, that is. Alright, so still waiting for them to come back from commercial. Let me just make sure I haven't fallen behind at all. Right, a long commercial break here. Alright, now they're back from commercial break here. So with 2 minutes to go here in the first half of the South Division Championship game between the Roughnecks and Renegades, the Renegades lead this one 20-8 and have the football at about their own 22-yard line. Kelly Bryant enters the game at quarterback here for this upcoming 3rd and short situation. So 3rd and 1, Bryant under center, Smith is the back lineup behind him. Here is the give to Smith, and he is going to barrel his way forward, gain 5 on the short yardage situation. Getting up to the 27-yard line. First and 10, Perez re-enters the game at quarterback. Here he looks to throw, protected well. He's going to go deep down the sideline. That is caught. Open receiver there is Peyton, and he is going to get another big gain up to about midfield. It is up to the 47-yard line of the Roughnecks. So 1st and 10 here, a minute and a half to go as the clock stops because it went out of bounds. They're actually marked at the 46-yard line. Perez looks to throw. Over the middle, that is caught. Broken tackle, and inside the 20-yard line, he's taken down at the 18. And now with 1:22, the clock has stopped. It looks like the Renegades spend their first time out here. Number 13, Caleb Van Der Esch makes that catch there. For the Renegades, they've got the ball at the 19-yard line. 1st and 10 with 1:05 to go. By the way, the clock didn't stop. It only temporarily stops on 1st down. So never mind. Perez underneath. There's Van Der Esch for another catch. He's going to gain 6. And I like how the Renegades aren't using timeouts here. Because they're so close to the goal line. I mean, if you're to save time, it doesn't really make sense to save time by stopping the clock and then potentially give the Roughnecks a chance to go score. So good clock management here for the Renegades. So 30 seconds to go in the first half. Perez looks to throw to the end zone, one-on-one down the sideline. That is incomplete. It was out of bounds. Juwan Winningham, the intended receiver, came down with the catch but was out of bounds. So here's a 3rd and 4 with 24 seconds to go in the half. And now, before this third down play, we got a timeout called for by the Renegades. That leaves each team with 1 timeout remaining in the first half. So we got an upcoming 3rd and 4 here for the Renegades. With 24 seconds to go in the first half, they currently lead this one 20-8 and look to potentially extend their lead even further as they've got the ball at the 19-yard line. Alright, so 3rd and 4 here for the Renegades. Roughnecks really need to just hold him to 3. Perez changes the play at the line. Play clock winding down. Just got the snap off. Here's a screen, and it is caught by Van Der Esch. He's going to be close to a first down. Did he get the first down? He did, as the clock temporarily stops with 17 seconds to go. Perez saw a blitz coming, checked into a simple screen there, and then was able to do a good decision there by Perez. And now the Renegades spend their 3rd and final timeout. So now that leaves the Renegades with no timeouts remaining. Roughnecks still with 1 timeout, 17 seconds to go in the first half. 1st and goal, Renegades at about the 10, maybe the 9. Actually, I think it's the 9. Alright, so 17 seconds to go. 1st and goal from the 8 for the Renegades. Perez in shotgun. Smith the back line to his right. Perez looks to throw to the end zone. That is incomplete, off the hands of 13. That's Van Der Esch once again. And that brings up a 2nd and goal with 13 seconds to go. Tight window for Perez to throw into there, and to get it over the linebacker and lead him far enough to keep it away from the defensive back. And it's just too close to the DB, and it's knocked away and incomplete. So 13 seconds to go. 2nd and goal. We got early movement, and that's going to be a false start to back the Renegades up 5. Actually, it was an illegal snap But, I mean, essentially the same thing. It starts to snap, and then stops to snap. So it's essentially a false start on the center, snapping the ball too early, or trying to snap the ball before he realized it's not supposed to be snapped yet. So 2nd and goal, that backs him up 5 to the 13. Perez in shotgun, Smith the back one to his right. Roughnecks bring a blitz. Perez to the end zone, short and incomplete. Winningham, the intended receiver. That brings up a 3rd and goal with 9 seconds to go. Probably one more shot to the end zone. You gotta be kidding. We're settling for a field goal on 3rd and goal? What are they doing? It's 3rd and goal with 9 seconds left. Why are you kicking a field goal? What are they doing? Why are they kicking a field goal? That makes no sense. It's good. It's good. But what is the point of kicking a field goal right there? Hey, welcome back. The Renegades just settled for a field goal with 9 seconds to left on 3rd and goal. Why would you not, one, take more time off the clock by doing this? Not that time is really a factor now because of how little is on the clock, but why settle for a field goal when you've got a shot at the touchdown? That makes no sense. If I'm the Renegades right there, you take one more shot to the end zone, and if it's caught, great, you got a touchdown. If not, then you settle for a field goal. You just got to make sure you can't take a sack. I don't know, that makes no sense. Why would you settle for a field goal there? I mean, if you take a sack, it's really not the biggest deal in the world because you're up by 12 points. Well, then, now they're up by, 15? If my math is correct. That is going to be a touchback. Big kick there. And the Roughnecks come out to, I think it's their own 25. Maybe 35, I'm not really sure. So with 5 seconds to go here, in the first half, the Renegades will have one final play. The Roughnecks will have one final play. And it is just going to be a kneel down. By the way, touchbacks in the XFL come out to the 35-yard line, not the 25. So after a shocking first half, the Renegades lead this one by a score of 23 to 8. And they average 258 yards a game, which is second to last, or second to worst in the XFL. Tonight they're already up to 280 yards a game, total yards of offense. But I'm going to go take a very short break as I do at halftime of every game. I will be back in a second, but make sure to vote in the poll if you guys have not already done so. Let me know your updated score prediction and who you think will win after seeing the first half of play. Sorry, there's this bug in here that's bothering me. And I will be back in a second, so make sure to do all that stuff, and I will let you guys know my updated score prediction, and if I'm going to stick with my original prediction of the Roughnecks, and I think they can come back or not when I come back, so I will see you guys in a second. Oop, sorry. Didn't mean to do that. Alright, I am back. Thank you guys for staying with me here. So, at the half, the Renegades lead the Roughnecks by a score of 23-8. A very, very surprising first half. And, now, I definitely think this game will get a lot closer as we head till the as we head to the end of the game. I think the Roughnecks will make a comeback attempt. And I think it will be a comeback. I don't know if they'll end up getting the win. But my updated prediction, I'm probably going to go with the Renegades. Their offense has been really, really good so far, so I would expect them to keep that up. Although the Renegades are that type of team where they're going to have one really good half, one really bad half. But I think they should be able to score enough points. They won't have to score a whole bunch more to get the win, but I've got the Renegades getting the win after seeing the first half. And my updated score prediction is Renegades by a score of, we'll go 32. Actually, you know what? We'll go 31 to 24. We'll go 31-24 Renegades. So that is my updated score prediction. I've changed my prediction from the Roughnecks to the Renegades after seeing the first half of play, where the Renegades looked really, really good, especially offensively. Let's go over some stats from the first half. So first half stats, starting off with player stats for the Renegades, spring football legend Luis Perez. He was 14 of 18 for 194 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. Rushing, 8 carries, 55 yards for Devon Smith. Brian Herron, 3 carries, 25 yards, and Luis Perez, 1 for 6. Receiving, Javonta Payton, 4 catches, 108 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Caleb Vander Esch, 4 catches, 45 yards. Juan Whittingham, 1 catch for 15 yards. Brandon Coronado, catch for 14 and a touchdown. Sal Cannell, 1 for 10. Tyler Vaughn's 2 for 4, and Devon Smith, 1 for a loss of 2. For the Roughnecks, Cole McDonald is their leading passer, 4 of 7 for 31 yards. And Brandon Silver is 3 of 6 for 22 yards. Rushing, Max Borghi, 4 carries, 70 yards. 36 yards. They've got 70 yards as a team. Jeremy Cox, 5 carries, 11 yards, and a touchdown. Cole McDonald, 4 carries for 9 yards. Brandon Silvers, 1 for 6. And also Bryson Allen, 3 for 8. Receiving, Allen is their leading receiver with 18 yards on 3 catches. Tavon Saltner, 1 for 11. Dante Burnett, 1 for 9. Travell Harris also a catch for 9. Cedric Bird, a catch for 6. And Michael Bandy has been targeted once but did not come away with the catch. Give me 1 sec to check something really quick. Alright, so let me know your updated score prediction in the comments. Who you guys think will win? I'm switching from my prediction from the Roughnecks to the Renegades, and I'm going Renegades by a score of 31-24. Alright, so the second half should be starting any second now. And, it will start in a minute, so we make this a quarter 3. The Roughnecks will get the football to start the half. I feel like I spelled that wrong. No, I spelled that right. The Roughnecks will get the football first. So let's see if they can start to cut into this lead. And I'm not sure if you guys are spring football fans or just XFL fans, but an update on the USFL game currently going on. But I chose to stream this game because obviously it's the playoffs, but the Showboats and Gamblers currently tied at 10 with 13:34 to go in the third quarter. Alright, so we're still waiting for them to start the half, but they should start in any second now. Alright, now the second half is set to begin. The Roughnecks will get the football to start. And I wonder who they're going to put in at quarterback. I expect it to be Cole McDonald. The offense has definitely looked a lot more smooth and better under him so far. So I'd expect him to start the half at quarterback, but we'll have to wait and see. Updated results in the poll. 62% of you guys have said the Roughnecks will win. 38% have said the Renegades. Make sure to vote if you haven't already. So the kick is away. Borgie will field this one at his own 7. And on the return, here is Max Borgie, and he is going to get taken down at the 24. Great kick coverage there by the Renegades, number 36. That is Colin Schooler with a big play on special teams. And it is Cole McDonald starting the half at quarterback for the Renegades. For the Roughnecks. I might do that from time to time. Neither quarterback has been great so far, but it is McDonald starting the half at quarterback. Here's Allen with a good run. He's going to gain 12 on the carry running left. And another first down run for the Renegades. Here's McDonald. Going to go deep down the sideline. That is underthrown, and that is almost intercepted. McDonald went deep looking for 86. Tavon Saltner for a big play down the sideline, but was severely underthrown and nearly picked off by Devontae Bosby. Saltner also way mistimed his jump. Here is McDonald on the 2nd and 10 keeper. He's going to gain 6 on the run up the middle, and that gets up to the 42-yard line to bring up a third and 4. Hi, how's it going? Here is a 3rd and 4. McDonald in shotgun. Allen switches from his left to his right. McDonald looks to throw. Quick throw that is bobbled but caught. And we got a flag that comes in across midfield. to the 46-yard line is where the play will finish if it stands. I'm good. How about you? It's pass interference offense, probably because they were blocking and the pass was not caught before the line of scrimmage. It's on Cedric Bird, who picks up the penalty. He actually wasn't blocking yet. He just hit the guy. It's a little bit of a soft penalty, but it definitely interferes, so I could see it. The second Roughneck penalty, they've got 15 penalty yards. Renegades have 4 penalties for 30 yards. 3rd and 14, McDonald looks to throw. He's going to dump this off to Alney, who is going to drop that one, and it is incomplete. So 4th and 14, Roughnecks unable to get anything going offensively on the first drive of the second half. And they'll be forced to punt it away. Alright, so 4th and 14, the punt is away. Joe Powell will let this one bounce at the 38, and it is going to take a Roughnecks roll down to the 30-yard line. And that is where the Renegades will take over for their first possession of the second half. Give me 1 second just to check something really quickly. Give me 1 second. Alright, here's a 1st and 10. Devon Smith spins away from 2 defenders, and he's able to gain 3. What is this? This is the XFL South Division Championship game between the Renegades and the Roughnecks. Second and 9, Perez in the pistol, low snap. Here is the handoff to Devon Smith. He's going to break this to the outside, now cut back up the middle, and gain 7 on the play. That'll bring up a 3rd and short. How old am I? I'm 16. Perez pump fakes, now goes down the field. That is almost intercepted as the safety was coming up to make a play on the ball, but that's incomplete. Stream the video I can't due to copyright reasons. But the safety number 25 there, John Brandon III, made a play on the ball, but was unable to pick it off. Marquette King sends it away here. The punter does a big punt, drives Will Likely back to his 10-yard line. Likely breaking tackles and returns it up to the 27-yard line. And that is where the Roughneck offense will take over. 1st and 10 with 10:20 to go in the 3rd quarter. Alright, so McDonald and the Roughneck offense back on the field here. They currently trail 23-8 with a little over 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. So far, the results on the poll, 57% have said the Roughnecks, 43% have said the Renegades. Make sure to vote if you guys have not already done so. Alright, so waiting for them to come back from commercial break here. The Roughnecks will get the football at, let me check, where exactly are they? It is going to be at their own 28-yard line after a 52-yard punt and a 17-yard return. Give me 1 second just to check something really quickly. Alright, so waiting for them to come back from commercial break here. The Renegades lead the Roughnecks by a score of 23-8 in the third quarter. And the Roughnecks have the ball here after their defense forced a punt. Looks like Devon Smith suffered another lower body injury after that run on second down, I think it was. He's got 10 carries for 62 yards so far today, having himself a nice day, averaging 6.2 yards a carry. Here is the give to Max Borghi, and he is going to get probably a yard, if that. We've got a flag that comes in. Looks like it's going to be a late, unnecessary roughness call. So we got a flag. It is going to be a personal foul. So it's going to be an automatic first down for the Roughnecks. McDonald is going to hand off to Borghi once again up the middle, and Borghi is going to gain 5. That'll bring up a 2nd and 5. Here is a 2nd and 6. McDonald, off play action, looks to throw. He's going to go deep down the field. He's got a receiver, and that is incomplete. He's looking for number 10. Let's see, who is that? Justin Smith. He's looking for him deep down the field. But that falls incomplete. Alright, so a 3rd and 6 here. McDonald in shotgun here. He looks to throw. And again, he's going to go deep down the field. That is incomplete. And that'll bring a 4th and 6. Intended receiver there, number 83, Michael Bandy, looking for a flag, but he's not going to get one. And that'll bring up a 4th and 6. Could have probably been a flag. Let's see. Here's the replay. I don't think so. I think they might have got tangled up, but also a little bit of a dive from Bandy. Good no call. Here is Vaughn's on the return. He fumbles the ball, and the Roughnecks have it. The Roughnecks, just how they drew it up. A big play on special teams gets the Roughnecks the ball at the 27-yard line of the Renegades. A much needed thing to go in the Roughnecks' direction. Stick a fork in my Roughnecks, they're done. Well, they could have some hope after that fumble, but I mean, it hasn't looked promising so far. So the Roughnecks will keep possession after the fumble. Brandon Silvers and Cole McDonald in at quarterback. Silvers is in it as traditional quarterback. McDonald lined up as a running back. And here is a... McDonald looked like he was going to throw it. Now he's going to take off and run inside the 20s, taken down at the 14. Creativity there from the Roughnecks. Using both quarterbacks, lining McDonald up as like a running back spot. Have him run right. Look like he's going to throw it downfield, and then with nobody open, just take off and scramble for however many. I think it was 14. So McDonald now remains in at quarterback. Silvers exits. Here's Borgie. He's swung down after a gain of 6 by Donald Payne, who's making his return from the injured reserve today. So 2nd down and 3 from the 8-yard line. Sorry, the 7. Here is the give to Jeremy Cox, running right, and he's going to run into a wall at the line of scrimmage. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 3. They're going to mark a 3rd and 2, so apparently they gave him a yard on that one, even though it didn't look like he got much. So a 3rd and 2, McDonald in shotgun. Cox the back line to his right. Now he exits the backfield. McDonald looks to throw. Protected well. Now he's going to look to run. And he's going to run right into a Renegade defender and get sacked. Back at the 13-yard line. That is not what they needed right there. That'll back him up to like a 4th and like 13. Look to step up and go between the guard and the tackle, but that did not happen. Austin Jones here on for the extra point. Not the extra point. On for the 32-yard field goal attempt from the left hash. 4 of 4 on field goals was a mid-season addition, and this field goal is up and good. It is now 23-11. Cutting this to a 12-point game, still a 2-score game. But the Roughnecks really needed a touchdown to capitalize off that special teams miscue by There's this bug. Go away. To capitalize off the special teams miscue by the, Go away, this stupid bug. Alright, so the Renegades are going to get the football back here. They currently lead this one by 12, 23-11, with 5:32 to go in the third quarter. Alright, so waiting for them to come back from commercial here. The Renegades set to get the football back. They were supposed to have gotten the football back a minute ago, but ended up muffing the punt, or fumbling the return. Alright, they're now back from commercial break. The Renegades going to get the football back here. Bruce Hector was the guy that made that key sack on Cole McDonald on that third down. He's 29 years old, defensive lineman from South Florida. Played 14 career NFL games with the Eagles and Lions. Has 7 tackles tonight. Alright, so here is the kickoff. Powell is going to let this bounce in the end zone for a touchback. And the ball come out to the 35-yard line. The Renegades offense looking completely different tonight than the rest of the season. Tonight, 23 points, 87 yards, 194 passing, 93 rushing. On the season, about 15 points a game, 258 yards a game, and 176 passing yards a game and 82 rushing yards. Have surpassed all those numbers in about one half of play so far. A little over. Perez under center. Here he looks to throw. He's going to dump this off to Smith out of the backfield, who ends up dropping the ball, and that is incomplete. So 2nd and 10 here. After the incompletion. Perez, play action, over the middle, that is caught by Vaughns across midfield. Still on his feet, Vaughns to the 40 is taken down. And this Renegade offense has really looked good so far today, as opposed to like the entire rest of the season. First and 10 here, 4:35 to go in the game. In the third quarter. Luis Perez, 15 of 21 for 219 yards and 3 touchdowns. Here is the give to Smith, and he runs into an absolute wall called the back of his offensive lineman and falls down because of it. Wow. Oh no, I thought he ran into the back of his lineman. Instead, he's pushed into the back of his lineman by 98 the Roughnecks defense. I thought he just completely ran into his lineman. That was not entirely the case, so sorry about that. 2nd and 10 here. Perez looks to throw. Perez deep down the sideline. That is incomplete. Winningham, the intended receiver, was wide open, but Perez was kind of in a weird position to throw that. Didn't have his feet set. And that is incomplete to bring up a 3rd and 10 here. Roughnecks really need to stop on this one. Big 3rd down. A 3rd and 10 from the 40 for the Renegades. And that has to be the most obvious false start in the history of football. I mean, this guy just started to go 10 seconds early. Alright, false start on the Renegades. That backs them up 5. And it is now 3rd and 15. Alright, so a 3rd and 15 with a 3:05 to go. Roughnecks really need to stop here. Perez in shotgun, Smith the back line up to his right, play clock winding down, just got the snap off the 2nd left. Perez looks to throw, he's pressured, down the field, that is, wow, that's called for a 1st down. There is a flag down. Looks like this is going to be a defensive penalty as well. Van Der Esch made the catch for a 1st down. It appears as if this is going to be a defensive penalty as well, as tight end Sal Canelo was on the ground. It is a defensive penalty, an illegal contact penalty. That penalty is declined. The results of the play will stand in a 1st down. Everything is going the Renegades' way. So 1st and 10 here. Perez looks to throw. Pump fakes. Now he's going to go deep down the sideline and overthrows Tyler Vaughns, the intended receiver. And incomplete. Vaughns had a step there, but just overthrown by Perez, one of his rare misses tonight. He's been really, really solid. Really, actually, good. Above solid. Here is the give to Devon Smith, and he's going to gain 5 on the carry. He's been banged up a little bit tonight, but still in there. And he's having himself a really nice day as well. So we got a 3rd and 4. Perez in shotgun, Smith the back line up to his left. Perez looks to throw, he's protected well. Now he's going to roll out to his left. We've got a flag that comes in. Perez is just going to take off and run for a yard. So a flag, it appears it's going to be a holding call. It came in that area. It is holding on the offense. So that will back them up 10 to a 2nd and 15. It's actually a 3rd and 15. I thought that was 2nd down, not 3rd. But now I do realize first down, went for it all and just overthrew it. So 3rd and 15 here for the Renegades. Again, the Roughnecks need a stop. Another 3rd and 15. Can they get a stop this time? Perez looks to throw. Now he's pressured, and Perez goes down for a sack at the 42-yard line. Finally, the Roughneck defense makes a play. They just needed something to go their way, and they finally got something. They just now got a score. I mean, it's still only a 2-score game. It's a 12-point game. It feels like it's been all Renegades. But on a 4th and 22, the Renegades send on punter Marquette King, will likely back deep to receive for the Roughnecks. King sends it away. Likely is going to field this on a bounce, because it bounced right to him and he's taken down at the 17. Just barely goes past the first down mark, which was at the 20. So 23-11, the Renegades lead the Roughnecks as we head to the 4th quarter. So 1 quarter left here. Roughnecks looking to potentially make a comeback. They've got the ball at their own 17, down by 12. Attendance for tonight's game in Houston is 13,856. The largest crowd for the Roughnecks of the season, which makes sense for their biggest game, the playoff game. Alright, so we head to the 4th quarter. The Renegades 1 quarter away from having a losing record, yet heading to the XFL Championship game. Still waiting for them to come back from commercial break here, so give me 1 second just to check something real quick. Alright, so, let's see, are they back from commercial yet? Yeah, they just came back from commercial. So, we enter the final quarter of play. The Renegades lead the Roughnecks by a score of 23-11. 15 minutes to go for the Renegades to potentially, the Roughnecks to potentially put together a comeback. So here is Cole McDonald in at quarterback. He's seen most of the action at quarterback today. Here he looks to throw. To the outside, that is caught by Bird. He's going to gain 3 on the play. 2nd and 6, McDonald, quick throw to the outside. That is caught by Burnett. He stays in bounds, or keeps his feet in bounds to make it a catch. And he gains 8 moves to change for the Roughnecks. I feel like the Roughnecks have had a lot of first downs today. They just haven't really been able to score much for it. So, 1st and 10. For the Roughnecks, McDonald in shotgun from zone 28. Here he looks to throw. Another quick throw to the outside. That is through the hands of Justin Smith and incomplete. Let's see. Who actually has more first downs today? I feel like it's the Roughnecks, but let's see. First downs, it is the Renegades, but it's very close, 15-13. Alright, so here is a 2nd and 10. McDonald looks to throw to the outside. That is caught by Bandy, but he's hit right there by Devontae Bosby, and he's going to lose 2. A bit too many short, quick passes for the Roughnecks. I don't hate the idea of getting the ball quick, but I mean, they got to throw these a bit further down the field. You can't be throwing them 2 yards behind or 2 yards at the line of scrimmage. McDonald looks to throw. Here he rolls out on the run. McDonald, plenty of green grass ahead of him, and he lowers the shoulder to the 45-yard line. Big run there by Cole McDonald. Gets a big 3rd down conversion for the Roughnecks. The Renegades brought a blitz, leaving the second level of the defense wide open. McDonald takes advantage of that, and with a big 1st down run. McDonald, a quick throw. That's what they got to do. Quick passes, about 6 to 7 yards. They're perfect. Dante Burnett just drops the ball. Can't have that happen. Roughnecks only with 188 total yards of offense. Really haven't been great offensively today, and the 11 points on the scoreboard go to show for it. McDonald looks to throw. He's pressured, and he is just going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe lose half a yard. That'll bring up a 3rd and 10. Maybe 3rd and 11, depending on how they spot this. So 3rd and 10 here, 11:20 to go in the game. And we got a timeout called defensively by the Renegades here, their first of the half. The first either team has spent. So before this big 3rd down, Roughnecks really need a conversion. Let's see, can Cole McDonald put together another 3rd down conversion? You're back? Welcome back. So 3rd and 10 here for the for the Roughnecks. 11:13 to go. Bird in motion here. Here is McDonald. He looks to throw. He's pressured. Goes down the field, and that is incomplete. Looking for Bird. That's incomplete. Oh, was that Drayden guy Trash talking. Not really. Just it happens all the time where people ask me to show the actual game, but I can't due to copyright reasons. So, I mean, a little, but not really. 4th and 10 here. The Renegades punted away. I'm sorry, the Roughnecks punted away. I do that all the time. And Powell calls for a fair catch at his own 11. And that is where the Renegades will take over, with 10:32 to go in the game. Alright, so it keeps looking worse and worse for the Roughnecks as when they get the ball and need to get points on the board, just really not able to, so. Alright, so waiting for them to come back from commercial break here. After the punt, the Renegades get the football at their own 11-yard line. Alright, so still waiting for them to return from a commercial. Give me 1 second. Alright, how long is this commercial break? It feels like it's an hour. Alright, now they're finally back. 1st and 10 for the Roughnecks. Shown the game flow so far, it's been essentially all Renegades. Roughnecks with a touchdown and field goal, but that's about it. Luis Perez tonight, 3 touchdowns, 234 yards. He's on the sideline here to start this drive. He has 3 touchdowns today. He had 9 throughout the season. Kelly Bryant in at quarterback here. And it's going to hand off to Devon Smith. Bryant, a more mobile quarterback than Luis Perez, a former Missouri and Clemson quarterback. Famously lost his job to Trevor Lawrence. Obviously, you know how that one turned out. Trevor Lawrence now in the NFL with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Here is Bryant on the keeper, on the option, and he is going to cut inside, gain 5. Getting it up to the 17-yard line. Perez now comes in for this 3rd and 5. Looks like they're going to kind of use a 2-quarterback system here the rest of the way. Or most likely. get Bryant some experience in the XFL, stuff like that. 3rd and 5, Perez in shotgun, Smith the back one to his left. Perez looks to throw. Quick throw that is caught by tight end Sal Cannella for a first down gain of 7, maybe 8 on the play. And they move the chains. Cannella, 2 catches, 18 yards so far today. I'd expect him to have a bigger role in the offense overall. I expected him to be one of their top targets. And he really hasn't been used like I would have expected. 1st and 10, they give to Devon Smith up the middle. He gains 5. But like when you look at Sal Cannella's numbers on the season, hold on, let me load this real quick. Stats, player stats. Give me a second. I'll get to that after this upcoming 2nd and 5 play. So 2nd and 5, Perez in shotgun, Smith the back line to his right. Perez looks to throw. That is a high throw, but that is caught by Payton. Escapes 1 tackle and is able to break another before being taken down at the 43. Alright, so Sal Cannella, on the season, he had 42... Actually, he was used a little bit more than I thought he was. He was actually the Renegades' leading receiver. I just didn't think he was used that much. So, sorry. I thought he... I didn't realize he had that good of a season. Alright, 1st and 10 here. Here's the gift to Smith running left. He's able to break a tackle and gain 6 on the play. Devon Smith is someone who's had a really, really good game. Here is a 2nd and 4. Perez in shotgun. Hands off to Devon Smith up the middle, and he's going to gain 3. That'll bring a 3rd and 1. With 6.5 minutes to go, this game is essentially over. I mean, there's still a chance for the Renegades. For the Roughnecks. Because, I mean, they could go a touchdown, then get the onside kick, or technically the 4th and 15 from their own 25. But, it doesn't really seem like there's a chance, just with how they've been doing. Perez under center here. He's going to hand off to Smith, and he is going to get taken down in the backfield for a loss of 2 by defensive back Will Likely. No, sorry, I thought I saw 4. It was 11. That is linebacker Tavante Beckett. So sorry for saying that was Likely when that was Beckett. So he came flying through that gap there to chop down Smith at midfield. And now 4th and 4. The Renegades will be forced to punt it away. Punter Marquette King on. Likely back deep to receive. He's going to call for a fair catch at his own 21-yard line, and that is where the Roughnecks will take over. Need points in this drive if there's going to be a chance. Absolute must for points. So they go to commercial, and with 5:22 to go, the Roughnecks lead this one by a score of 20. The Renegades lead this one by a score of 23 to 11. Give me 1 second just to check something extremely quickly. Give me 1 second. Alright, so waiting for them to come back from commercial break here. Give me 1 second just to check something. Alright, so still waiting for them to come back from commercial. The Roughnecks get the football. Alright, how long is this commercial break? I mean, I feel like these second half commercials have been really, really long. Alright, so let's see if the the Roughnecks can potentially do anything on offense here. I wonder if they could potentially explore a quarterback change. Put Brandon Silvers back in. Because I know McDonald's been okay, but I mean, the offense only scored 3 points in the second half, so I was definitely expecting to see Silvers a little bit. Here's McDonald to throw. He's still in there. He's going to go deep down the field. Double coverage. That was an awful decision that's picked. Devontae Bosby picks that one off. That had to be the worst decision ever. Going double coverage down the field. Just try to force it there. And the Renegades get the ball back after just one play. That sums up how tonight has been for the Roughnecks perfectly. Just really never Bandy was open, so I don't really know why McDonald tried to force that one. Alright, so first and 10 here, 5:16 to go. Renegades with the football here. Perez in at quarterback. He's wound up under center. The Renegades take over at their own 42, by the way. Here is the gift to Devon Smith, and he is going to gain nothing. Smith has had himself a really nice game. Really, all the Renegades have on offense. So Luis Perez, 255 yards, 3 touchdowns. Devon Smith, 18 carries, 78 yards, 4.3 yards a carry. Really, really good game. Alright, so second and 10 here with about 5 minutes to go. Roughneck fans exiting the stadium, some of them, because they all know this one's over. A second and 10 here, 4:35 to go. Here's the handoff to Devon Smith running behind his right guard, and he is going to get up to the 49-yard line. Gain of 7, that'll bring up a 3rd and 3. Alright, 3rd and 3. Empty backfield here for Luis Perez on this 3rd and short. 4-man rush for the Roughnecks. Perez looks to throw. Now Perez is going to take off and run. And Perez is going to slide. That's a late hit. That's a flag. Not going to get one. But we do have a 1st down. Here it is again. Perez not known for his legs, but able to take off and run on that one. Not really sure how that's not a flag. Slides. I mean, the guy already started to dive at him, but still, it's a late hit. I don't know. Alright, here we're getting an explanation on this. Okay, now, because the Renegades didn't challenge that, the call was not changed. But Dean Blandino, the head of the XFL officiating, just said it was a late hit, and if it had been challenged, it would have been reversed. Here's the gift to Devon Smith. He's going to get a yard. But also, there's no need for the Renegades to challenge that. So, I mean, what's the point of 15 yards here? This game's already over. Alright, so here is a 2nd and 9. Perez under center. Smith back, line up behind him. He's going to get the ball here, and Smith's going to gain a yard. Roughnecks call their first timeout. That leaves each team with 2 remaining and 2:24 to go. So 3rd and 8 upcoming here for the Renegades with 2:26 to go in the game. I mean, who knows? It's still always possible for a Renegade comeback, Roughneck comeback. It just seems insanely unlikely because of how they've played this game. Third and 8. 2:26 to go. Perez in shotgun. Smith back winder to his left. Perez goes deep down the field. Winningham. Oh, wow! What a catch by Lawan Winningham! What a spectacular one-handed grab at the 9-yard line. Wow! What a catch by Lawan Winningham. A one-handed catch. Gets a foot down in bounds as well. Wow. That sets him up 1st and goal with 2 minutes to go as we reach the 2-minute warning. What a catch. Really, really nice catch by Lawan Winningham. That brings us to the 2-minute warning. Alright, so waiting for them to come back from commercial break here. 2 minutes to go. Renegades with a 1st and goal at about the 8 after a tremendous catch by Lawan Winningham. Still waiting for them to come back from commercial. Alright. Do we really need this many commercials? Alright, now they're finally back from commercial. They're showing a replay of this spectacular Lawan Winningham catch. Which sets the Renegades up 1st and goal. Alright, 1st and goal. 2 minutes to go. From the 8, Perez under center. Smith is the back. Line behind him. Smith gets the carry here, and he's going to get taken down right at the line of scrimmage. Alright, 2nd goal here, 1:54 to go. Second goal, once again, here's the give to Devon Smith. He's going to get down to the 3-yard line. And that'll bring up a 3rd and goal. Why is the clock not running? Who's calling these timeouts? Because nobody's... Now, here the Renegades spend it. Roughnecks, I had it right the first time. Spend the timeout. first and goal here. Third and goal from the 3. Perez under center. Smith is going to run into a wall at the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up a 4th and goal. The Roughnecks now out of timeouts, by the way. They spent timeout before, they just didn't show it, so that's why the clock stopped with 1:54. Gonna call a timeout as the play clock hits 0. We're at 1. With 1:07 to go, that is the second Renegades timeout. That leaves them with 1 remaining. And the Arlington Renegades are all but locked into a championship berth, or a spot in the championship game, against the winner of tomorrow's game between the DC Defenders and Seattle Sea Dragons. Stupid bug. It's been annoying me all day. Taylor Russolino on to kick a field goal. He's 1 of 1 in the day. Made a 31-yard field goal. This is a lot closer. It's going to be a 19-yard field goal. Kick up and good, and it is now 26-11. Not like that really does anything, so I'd make it a 15-point game. So 1:04 to go. So 1:04 to go. The Renegades now lead this one 26-11. Russolino sends this one away. Borghi fields it at his own 10. And on the return, Borghi is going to get up to the 33-yard line. That is where the Roughnecks will take over with 59 seconds. Showing tomorrow some stats. Should be a really fun high-scoring offensive game. We'll be back for that one tomorrow at about 2:50ish. There's McDonald. He's dragged down at the 30. But it's tomorrow for the North Division Championship game between the Defenders and Sea Dragons. So make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss that one. McDonald, quick throw to the outside. That is caught by Burnett. He's out of bounds. After a gain of 4. Here is a 3rd and 9. McDonald over the middle. That is behind Bandy, his intended receiver, and incomplete. And on 4th and 11 here, I just realized I still got the ball on the Renegades. And now 4th and 11 with 28 seconds to go. Luis Perez will finish today 19 of 27 for 289 yards and 3 touchdowns. A really good performance for Mr. Spring Football. 4th and 11. McDonald rolls out, and that is, wow, what a catch by Dante Burnett. Even though that really means nothing. Clock temporarily stops. Looks like Burnett hurt his shoulder on that one. What a catch. And they're going to spike that one with 17 seconds to go. I don't know what catch was better, Winningham or Burnett, but Burnett hurt his shoulder on that one. The left shoulder. He went up with his right hand, so it doesn't really make sense. He reached up with his right, so not completely sure how he hurt his left shoulder. Unless he hit the ground awkwardly. He landed on his left shoulder. Maybe that's how he hurt it. 2nd and 10. McDonald to the end zone. That is incomplete. Nobody home. 3rd and 10 here with 11 seconds to go. Third and 10, McDonald looks to throw with 11 seconds to go. Again, just going to lob one to the end zone. This one is incomplete as well. And 4th and 10, 5 seconds to go here. Alright, you're back again? Cool, welcome back. This one's just about over here. We got 5 seconds to go. And this is all but a Renegades win. I mean, this is a Renegades win. So they will advance to the XFL Championship game to play the winner of tomorrow's game between the Sea Dragons and Defenders. 4th and 10, McDonald looks to throw. Again, he's just going to lob one to the end zone. Clock hits zeros, and this game is over. So the Arlington Renegades officially win the South Division Renegades in the playoffs. Yup. Luis Perez, Mr. Spring Football, with a fantastic performance, leads them to the win. And the Renegades move on to play the winner of tomorrow's game between the Sea Dragons and Defenders. They will have a spot in the XFL Championship game, which will be played Sunday, May 13th. They have a week off next week before they're back at it on the 13th for the championship game, and that is in the Alamo Dome. Renegades in the championship, you mean? Yeah, I thought you meant that. And the Roughnecks choked. Yeah, they really did. I mean, great season, but only to disappoint in the end. They'll finish with a record of 7-4, losing in the South Division Championship game at home. So, that is going to do it. You thought the Roughnecks would win. Yeah, me too. I did not think the Renegades offense would look this good. But it did, and a good win for the Renegades. Maybe they can build on this and get some momentum heading into the championship. Just how funny would it be if the worst team in the playoffs with a losing record at 4-6, if they end up winning the championship and then getting their record up to 6-6, including the 2 playoff games? That would just be insane. But that is going to do it for tonight's stream. Thank you guys for joining me. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn notifications so miss tomorrow's stream or any other videos or streams in the future. I do my best to post as often as possible. I hope you all have a great rest of your day or night, and I will see you in the next video.